What's going on? Welcome to Late Night Record Collecting 101, my first in a series I'm going to do on the topic of record collecting. Uh, so, I've been obsessed with music since my earliest memory. If you're new to the channel, I'm a musician. I'm the artist FERRARILOVER. That's one word. Let's see, that's me. But back to records. So, God, where do I even begin? Because music is my passion. Can't live without it. This was actually my first record ever. 11 Rockets, Seventh Dream of Teenage Heaven. I got this or actually, the original one that I first got is probably long gone. I have two copies of it now. This is the reissue on blue vinyl, limited edition reissue. An amazing the inside of this jacket is just incredible. I'll do another video where I show the inside of the gatefold. But so yeah, it was at a record shop off the 101 where I grew up in Southern California, and it was the album art, that first got me. But at that time, So Alive was on the radio a lot, their most famous song. And honestly, like, if I had to pick one song that's the influence for FERRARILOVER, it would be that, just because it was the song that introduced me to the genre. And I immediately knew that that's, basically what I wanted to do. Not basically, but more than that. It was just, to me, the connection between music and a person's identity, at least mine, is very, very deep. I have some other records here. I've got Tamarind the Waves, which is just mind-blowingly good, and then Sci-Fi Lullabies. This is another one that changed my life. I got the CD of this in around 1999 at the same record shop. I was taking time off college. I went to college in New York, and just fell in love with Suede. When I first heard them, I wasn't as obsessed with them. I wasn't into it. I didn't get it. And then when I heard this, it was actually the song Bentswood Boys. There it is. And it's an amazing bass line. Matt Osman on bass is just incredible. And the musicality is really, there's nothing like Suede. I'm sure any Suede fans watching this get that, but it's at the time. I mean, the reason I fell in love with Love and Rockets, for instance, is the same thing. It's just, how do you describe it? The pop music of the day. I'm a child of the 80s, and pop music is an acquired taste. It wasn't until I'd been studying music for years that I really started to appreciate pop music. But when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, it was like, turn it off. Like, I could not stand pop music on the radio. And, that's why I'm a skinny andro boy. Like, all the people were obsessed with all this stuff, and I was like, hell no. Like, I couldn't stand it. I didn't get it. Of course, MTV was a big thing. And there were plenty of great videos. Oh, what was something else I wanted to talk about? So I'm sure I'll talk about Suede a lot more on this channel. Here we go, is the Christian Death blood red translucent vinyl. It's really iconic. Have that one framed on the wall at the moment. So yeah, I wanted to talk about Susie. So Susie and the Banshees is, again, another one of my favorite bands of all time. This is the Scream. I went through a period, I didn't start collecting vinyl until after college. I had some vinyl. I definitely was collecting some in college, but it was just so much moving around, and I was in New York. And when I came back and was living on the West Coast in my first apartment, like I didn't have money for furniture, but I was collecting. I'd made the decision to collect records, and it was along with the decision I made to pursue music as a career. Uh, so I remember spending hours at this tiny kind of makeshift desk watching videos about how to teach yourself piano at the time. And I also had my SG, which I got in 2006 in Orange County. And I was heavily listening to Spaceman 3, trying to, learn some of their riffs. But anyway, back to Susie. So when I was 12 years old, uh, Superstition came out. You can't really see this in this light. This is really a late night record collecting light. Uh, and I definitely listened to that on repeat on my Walkman at the time. Not to date myself, but I guess that makes me ultra cool. Um, Here's Kaleidoscope. It's kind of hard to see, so let me see if I can shine some light on this, because I happen to have a light, key light to the rescue nearby. Let's see if I can. Key light, aka the military grade flashlight. Use strategically. So I'm kind of holding this light in my hand because I like low light at night. I'm not a person that likes super bright lights. That's why my nickname actually was the Bat, because I used to always have, well, I still always have sunglasses on and a hoodie half the time. So, and bats see with their ears through echolocation. And so as a musician and any music aficionado, if you're obsessed with music, I don't care who you are, there's a kind of vision that you have with your ears. So here's a bunch of Susie records. Here's Cranes, man. Oh my God. This can be a depressing as hell record, but oh my God. And when you're in the right mood, I mean, people who are into shoegaze, that song Starblood and Leaves of Summer, I think it is, or like some of the, I mean, and the Jim Shaw, the guitarist for Cranes, is just, I mean, it's mind blowing how good the riffs are. It's just proof that things don't have to be ultra complicated to be good. It was really, I think, circa like 2010 and 11 that I was really into this, playing it actually on CD in the car a lot. I actually haven't opened this limited Cranes vinyl yet. So it was actually their record Forever that I really got into. Oh, here is Tempers, their collaboration that they did with Rem Koolhaus. Really good music. So I want to keep this video not too long. Oh, here's a pretty valuable record, Spiritualized. I remember it, so in my apartment in New York City, I was writing a thesis in philosophy. I had Post-its all over the walls, and at night, like, that was back when I still smoked weed. I don't do that anymore, but I would like smoke weed and put on headphones and just listen to Spiritualize really loud with these Roland headphones that I had. Actually, I got these the same time. I was like a broke student, and I was into, I got like my first set of really good, well, quality speakers, which honestly, they don't make them like this anymore, that solid wood. So anyway, Step Into the Breeze, such a good song. And Any Way That You Want Me. God, you know what? I haven't played this record in a long time, but I think this is actually, it's a different single, but I'm not going to, I'll do another one. I'm just going to do a series of these because I'm so obsessed with music that, and then here's another, I actually have a first pressing Dogman Star. This one, I did open it. I have played it. The Demon reissues. Oh my God. I mean, this record's probably This Hollywood Life, I mean, it's just definitely one of the main influences. But there's so many for me. So yeah, I don't want to I want to like let this video not be too crazy long and kind of take my time. Oh, here you go. How about that? Pulp. It's really tragic. The loss of the bassist from Pulp. I don't want to get into it, but this is a not for sale, not for resale. This is hardcore single, B-side The Professional. So yeah, Pet Shop Boys I see over there. I'll get into that in another video, I think. Man, Pet Shop Boys are another big influence on me. I used to work at a dance vinyl store. That's a Pet Shop Boys record, actually. Gonna grab it. You know, when I was coming out in around 99, it's just like, these are anthems, you know, but at the same time, I was really getting into electronic music. Like, I think Garbage version 2.0 came out at the same time as Pet Shop Boys' discography. And, I mean, truly brilliant artists. So, there's the Candle of Doom. What else did I want to say? I think I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do another version of this. So I'm gonna keep this short and simple. There's a ton of records here, a lot more than it seems. So yeah, check out my concert review of the Dace Records anniversary, 15th anniversary shows in LA and the Tamarin All Eras show in LA. That's why I have this out. I was talking a lot about those groups. So Andrew Eldritch. Actually really was hard to find Floodland on vinyl. One of my all-time favorite records and influences. Actually discovered Sisters of Mercy when I was at a Halloween party. And a friend of our family was blasting Floodland super loud, and I was little, you know, I was really young. Probably, well, maybe I was like 13 or 14. And this guy goes literally all out every year. And no better way to discover the Sisters of Mercy than in amazing, crisp, cool San Diego fall October weather at a Halloween party with like, I mean, so many thousands of dollars in decorations, and it was a fun time. Sicilian guy. So yeah, I don't want to put my fingerprints on this because it was very hard to find, and they're probably they maybe already have done another repressing since they're going on tour this year. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video there. You know, nothing better than fellow goth cowboy Andrew Eldritch. I just love that picture to kind of close out this bit of it. I'm gonna be, I don't know, I like filming kind of chill style like this without, I have a gimbal, you can see it there, but I like to do things on the fly. That's how I roll. So I could go on and on about records and what they mean to me. And I'm really into CDs as well. If I had the space, I would have more CDs. But yeah, so it's going to be the beginning of a series about record collecting and just kind of what I'm listening to. Let's see what, oh, this is Body of Light. So that's Body of Light is on the, and then, okay, so before I close it out, I'm just going to throw in another quick shot of Kruder Dorfmeister. Again, a very rare vinyl. And so in my early 20s, when all this stuff was coming out, kind of that era, that I was talking about. This was heavily on repeat for me in CD. I had the double CD. I lost a lot of my CD collection, unfortunately, but all right, so close it out with another Suede VHS, couple of Suede shots there. Oh, since this is my first video, I don't want to close it out, or my first record collecting video. Few other quick things I wanted to say, which is, so I've had to get rid of some things, and this was something I got back in the days when I was working in that dance vinyl store. So I had a bunch of dance vinyl, but it's cumbersome, and not a bunch, not as much as this, but I started a small dance vinyl collection because I learned to DJ on Techniques turntables while I was working at a dance vinyl store, like with actual vinyl. That's part of how I learned it. So I looked it up. This is actually a really good song. Cult song. Check it out. I was like, man, I hope I can find the vinyl. The last thing I wanted to say is that I have a whole Depeche Mode section because definitely one of my all-time favorite bands, and I wanted to just kind of zoom in there, get a little Depeche Mode shot. All right, so stay tuned for more late night record collecting videos.